Welcome to part 3 of IELTS listening multiple choice questions. I hope that you have already watched part 1 and part 2. In case you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, the link is in the description. Kindly watch those parts and then come back here for part 3. Let's go to part 3. In part 3, we are going to learn about 4 questions in which the numbering has been done vehicle 1, vehicle 2, vehicle 3, vehicle 4. This makes listening tougher. The reason for that is they will be talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 and confusing you. On the left side, there are 4 vehicles, and on the right side, there are 7 choices from A to G. Now, what point does the man make about each car? You have to choose the choices from A to G from the block. For every vehicle corresponding to that, we have to choose a point, and we have to write down in front of question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. So let us play the audio and work on it.
Track 23. Jim Talk is editor of the monthly automobile magazine Steering Wheel, and he's here to tell us about a recent study they've done.
Hello.
Now, let's start with how you went about your study.
Well, we picked 4 similar cars in 4 different categories and compared a number of features. To ensure objectivity, we refer to them here as vehicles 1, 2, 3 and 4. OK,
so tell us what you looked at.
Well, we tried to balance the good with the bad. For instance, the first car we tested had quite comfortable seats, was well finished, but the passengers complained that it was cramped, especially in the back seat. It proved very economical on fuel, so good for city driving.
But not the car for tall people, eh? And the next one?
Well, by contrast, when it came to petrol consumption, vehicle 2 proved far from economical, but did have the advantage that you could go from 0 to 100 in only 8.2 seconds. Good on the corners, so good road holding, but definitely not cheap at $85,000.
Bet I can guess what car that was.
Well, our findings on vehicle 3 were quite interesting. It appeared to be good value for money and so looked attractive, but in fact we found that many standard features are not included in the price, such as air conditioning and remote locking, so the buyer needs to be aware of this.
Yes, I've noticed that many manufacturers now include a lot of things that you used to have to pay for.
Exactly. By contrast, vehicle 4 had a great many features included in the price, and so is good value for money, but our test drivers found that they were not able to see well through the rear window, especially when reversing. So this is a potential danger and something we felt the manufacturers had overlooked.
All right. So now if you see, there are these 4 vehicles and there are 7 options available, but what actually happens is synonyms. So now, lack of leg room, cramped, hidden cost, extra costs. So these are the kind of things that they speak. You have to be very aware about it. If you're not aware about them, there's a very less chance that you'll be able to answer these questions. I request you to rewind this audio, rewind this video from the starting point, do it at least 2 times so you are able to get all the 4 answers correct. Let us see the answers now. First is D, second is C, third is B, and fourth is F. With this, we come to the end of part 3. I request you to follow this channel, subscribe, comment, like, share, whatever. Watch for part 4 on multiple choice questions, which is going to be tougher. The link to part 4 is in the description below. The link to part 1 and part 2 are also in the description below. I request you, please follow them in the order 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you so much.